Today, we're going to talk about a food that's been fueling civilizations for thousands of years. But you know what? It might just be the most modern supergreen on the planet. We're talking about millets and why they're making such a huge comeback right now. Okay, let's just dive right in. The whole world of grains can be super confusing, right? You hear all this stuff about what's good for you, what's bad, what's inflammatory. But what if there were a couple of clear winners? I mean, when you cut through all that noise, experts like Dr. Gundry are pointing to millet and sorghum as two grains that are genuinely, truly great for your health. So, that brings us to the big question for today. What is it about this ancient grain that makes it a modern superfood? What's the secret? Well, let's break it all down. First things first, millet isn't just one single thing. It's actually this huge, diverse family of small-grained cereals. They're known for being incredibly tough, able to grow in really harsh conditions where other crops would just fail, and they are so jam-packed with nutrients that they've earned the nickname nutri-cereals. And this diversity is just amazing. You've got your major millets, which are staples in many parts of the world, like pearl millet, also called bajra, and finger millet, known as ragi. Then there's a whole world of minor millets like foxtail and barnyard. And the family even includes others you might recognize, like amaranth and buckwheat. Each one's a little different, but they all share that incredible nutritional punch. So what does that nutritional power actually look like? Let's put it to the test. We're going to compare millets head-to-head with some of the more common refined grains a lot of us eat every day. This is where the whole superfood story gets really, really interesting. I mean, just look at this. It's not even close. When it comes to dietary fiber, millets are packing a massive 15 to 20 grams per serving. Now compare that to white rice, which has, maybe 1.5? This isn't just a little better. It's a total game changer for your digestion and for feeling full. And it's not just about the fiber. Let's talk minerals for a second. Get a load of this number. A single serving of finger millet, that's ragi, can have up to 364 milligrams of calcium. That's a powerhouse number, especially coming from a plant. And to really put that in perspective, finger millet has roughly 10 times more calcium than wheat. That makes it one of the absolute best vegetarian sources for this mineral, which is so crucial for our bone health. So, when you pull back and look at the whole picture, it's pretty incredible. Millets are naturally gluten-free. They have a low glycemic index, so they won't send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. Plus, they're a great source of protein, B vitamins, and a whole bunch of essential minerals. It's really the complete package. Okay, so we've seen the nutrition labels and they're impressive. But what does all that actually do for our health? Let's connect the dots between these numbers and the real, science-backed benefits of adding millets to your diet. And here's how it all translates. That low glycemic index is fantastic for managing blood sugar. The unique fibers, they've been shown to help lower bad cholesterol, a huge win for heart health. That high fiber content also helps you feel full longer, which is a great tool for weight management. And of course, all that calcium we talked about in finger millet is a direct investment in stronger bones. And hey, this isn't just theory. The science backs it up. For example, some studies found that when overweight individuals started eating millet, they saw an average reduction in their body mass index, their BMI, of 7%. That's a real measurable impact. Now, with all these amazing benefits, you might be thinking, okay, what's the catch? Well, like a lot of healthy plant foods, millets do contain something called anti-nutrients. Now, that might sound a little scary, but trust me, it's super easy to manage once you know how. So what even are they? Anti-nutrients are just these natural compounds in plants that can make it a little harder for our bodies to absorb all the good stuff, like minerals. For most people, eating a normal, varied diet, it's just not an issue at all. And here's the thing, context is everything. The science is actually very clear on this. For the average person who's eating a balanced diet, the risk from these compounds is practically zero. As you can see here, the research says the concerns really only apply in these extreme, rare cases. So for us, it's really nothing to worry about. And the best part is, dealing with them is incredibly simple. It's just 3 easy steps you can do in your kitchen. First, make sure you're starting with dehulled millets and just give them a good rinse. Second, and this is a really important one, soak them overnight. This one little step helps break down those compounds and makes the minerals way more available to your body. And finally, just cook them thoroughly. That's it. All right, so now that we've cleared up the science, let's get to the fun part. Let's get practical.
how do you actually get this amazing ancient grain from your pantry onto your plate? The secret to cooking perfect millets is all about getting the water ratio right for the texture you want. If you want it fluffy, kind of like rice, which is perfect for salads, use a 1 to 2.5 ratio of millet to water. Want something softer, more like a hearty one-pot meal? Go for a 1 to 3 ratio. And for a creamy breakfast porridge, you'll want to use a 1 to 4 ratio. It's that simple to control.
And really, the possibilities are endless. The easiest way to start? Just swap it in for rice in any meal. You can make an amazing breakfast porridge, use it in traditional dishes, or even add it to soups to thicken them up and add a ton of nutrition. Oh, and you can even find millet flour for incredible gluten-free baking. So here's the real takeaway. Millets aren't meant to replace everything else you eat. The key is balance. Think of them as this powerful, nutrient-dense player you can add to your team to create a really healthy and varied plate. That's how you unlock all their benefits. So what we have here is a food that's ancient, that's incredibly resilient, and that's packed with exactly the kind of nutrition we need today. The only question left is, isn't it time to rediscover what it can do for you? Thanks for tuning in.